I think if you're going to go back to numbers and look at those quantifiable numbers, and that's going to put you into a depression, then you shouldn't be measuring it, right? Like if you're, I had someone recently who called me up and they're like, "Oh my God, I'm like ready to hang myself." And I'm like, "Why?" They're like, I just went in for an in body and it said I put on a pound of body fat." And I'm like, first off, it may not be accurate, number one. And secondly, like I thought you said over the last 3 months, you've been feeling great. I have been. My workouts have been amazing. I'm like, and how's your nutrition been? Amazing. Like, so what the, excuse my language, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it's like, we're like, why are you suddenly
It's,
sitting here getting depressed because a number moved an inkling, may not even be accurate. And why is that like dictating your outcome? Like you said, your clothes were fitting you better. You're looking better. People are commenting. Suddenly that number changes and you're off. Or, you know, um, is that really how you want to live your life, right? So we had to
mm,
kind of rewire them a bit. But I think data is great. I really do. But I also think data might be needed for certain people and might not be needed for other people. For certain people, I think um, it could be a recipe for disaster, depending on the individual. I know
definitely.
a lot of coaches get so excited over data. I'm like, listen, just because it works for you and you enjoy it and it's something that drives you, don't assume that every individual is going to be like you. Because sometimes it's just, let's take 1 month to make one change. We did it. Let's take the next month to make, well, I'm not really progressing. Well, 12 months just went by and you had 12 changes to your lifestyle, 12 life altering things that you completely adjusted. And you're trying to tell me that you're not progressing. That's progress. So, you think it's educating people.
Because it's a big thing. Like when like you're saying about data abusers, when I started powerlifting, I was squat, deadlift, go through the roof, bench the same, and then I got a blood pressure test, and they said, "Whoa, that's sky high. You need to be doing cardio." No one had ever told me that, so I had no idea. But then I had friends who it's every single little thing they're altering it. That they're looking at their whoop and all these kind of. And I'm like, what the just go and do jujitsu for an hour. Go and do something. Like I grew up from in the Highlands where you're like we had sheep, so you had a hay bale on the shoulder, your kind of bag of feed. You're doing all these kind of things. You didn't even know about functional training and stuff. Is that the kind of like functional training, resistance training? Are they the best buck for every newbie, depending on where they're starting from? Say if they come in with a general health that they're not needing to lose weight, or they've got like a chronic pain or something.
Yeah, see the functional training thing, I get kind of a kick out of because I mean everything's in my book pretty functional, right? It really is. Like I'll never forget Dr. Andrew Ospina was cracking me up one day with FRC that we hosted at our club, I think 5 or 6 times, and I remember him saying it was a great comparison. He's like, someone who says a bicep curl isn't functional, like tell that to a mom who's pulling her baby out of a crib. And it really is like everyone wants to start picking on, functional training, not functional training. Um, I believe that, you know, there's benefits to machines, kettlebells, dumbbells, barbells. I think there's also other things that you need to do in conjunction with that. I know with myself, there's time I'll put in the pool. I love swimming and I love, going in and doing lap work. And I love what that's doing more for my breathing and for my breath holds. And, I put mobility in a lot. I like mobility work. It makes me feel better.